got an email from one of the consulting companies that works with the EPA Into Air Plus program the other day, as I'm sure a lot of my colleagues did. And it asked me what I thought about them allowing an alternative pathway for builders to comply with the Into Air Plus program without having to put a garage exhaust fan in. And I didn't respond, and so I got a phone call, and I let it go to my voicemail, and then I got another phone call, and then I got another email. And so I finally called him back and left a message. Finally had the conversation with him where I told him exactly what I thought about that idea. I think it's really stupid. Pardon my French. But for them to put people's lives on the line for the sake of program participation just strikes me as a bad idea. And here's why. Every year over 400 Americans die from carbon monoxide poisoning, and a large number of those die as a result of cars being left, or cars that are left running, idling in garages, whether the garage door is open or not, that are attached to houses. So we know there's a problem. Okay, so we have evidence that says this is a bad idea. And just having your standard garage vents at the floor are insufficient. And you really, if you have an attached garage and you're putting a vehicle in it, you really need to have an exhaust fan in that garage. And they're inexpensive. It's like $110 for the material. And then if you want to put in a motion sensor, I mean, heck, you can go to Walmart and get a $20 security light with the motion sensor on it, throw the security light fixture away, and just take the motion sensor part out, wire it up to the exhaust fan, and you've got a motion sensor, exhaust fan in your garage that'll kick on and leave that fan running for however long you set it, just like it would a light, a security light when it detects motion in your yard. So it's not a complicated system. It's relatively inexpensive, and it can save lives. And normally I don't get my undies in a wad about things like this, because you look at the statistics and it's like, well, what are the odds of a HERS raider running into a house that that it's going to have the combustion safety problems that can lead to all this other stuff? Yeah, the odds are pretty insignificant that that's all going to happen. But when it does, somebody is dead, and the people that die are usually the young or the elderly, which are probably the two populations we really don't want to have die. If you're going to want a population to die, it's probably not your kids and probably not your parents. You just, as a human being, we tend not to think like that. So I get really upset when builders, want to, cry foul and say, oh, it's going to be too expensive. We're not going to play in the program because it's going to cost us $150. Well, guess what? Grow up. You're building things, and your houses shouldn't kill people. And you're building a house, and you could potentially kill somebody if you build it incorrectly. If you don't pay attention to these details, somebody could die. And it could be your child, or it could be your parent, or it could be your grandparent. All you have to do is Google carbon monoxide poisoning garage and start looking at the stories that have popped up, not just in the United States, but in Europe as well. This is a serious, serious problem. And it can be remediated by simply putting in an exhaust fan that has a motion sensor on it or a timer control on it. It's that freaking simple. It's not expensive. Builders will waste more than $150 buying coffee during the course of construction for their superintendent. Why doesn't he go buy his own coffee? Jiminy Christmas. You want to save money, you waste more than that in unneeded lumber in your house. I know, because I was a builder and I was able to save over $1,000 just by looking at my lumber package and counting how many studs we actually had to put in. And if I could trim $1,000 off of a Habitat for Humanity house and lumber package, what could a builder do? You just walk around. I mean, it's give me a break. It's ridiculous that you would sit there and argue that point, that you're gonna not participate in a program because you want to build a house that could kill somebody. That's the height of stupidity. It is absolutely ridiculous. I don't buy it for a minute. And as I told the folks at that consulting firm that works with the EPA, I'm a man of very strong opinions on this subject, and I let it be known. And I hope they quoted me verbatim, because it's basically the same message that I'm giving you today. It is so simple to put an exhaust fan in a garage if you have an attached garage. It is so simple, and it can save lives. Why don't you do it? Why? Well, thanks for watching the video that you just saw. At IBS Advisors, one of the big important things in our life is that we make sure that we share knowledge, and have fun doing it. So if you enjoyed watching the video, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel here. And in fact, if you'd like to learn more about IBS Advisors and the services that we provide our clients, you can go ahead and visit our website here.